Hi everyone, my name is Emily Gear. I'm a multi-dimensional channel and a transformative energy healer. It's been a little while since I've done a collective reading for everyone, so thought I'd go ahead and do that for this week. So this is an energy update for this week. And we're just going to see what kind of energies are coming in. Now, Mercury went retrograde yesterday in the sign of Leo. It will end up in the sign of Cancer before it goes direct again in about 3 weeks. However, I don't feel like, so people like to villainize Mercury retrograde, and I actually kind of like it because it's always a time of really reevaluating where you are. Anytime any planet goes retrograde is like that. It's not just Mercury. Mercury is just the one that everybody likes to complain about. So I actually kind of like this time period because you know when you come out of it, you're going to have made a lot of important shifts in your life, which we're doing anyway. So let's just chalk this up to a little bit more of the same old thing that we've been going through. They do say not to sign contracts, not to start anything new in that time period, but if you're really guided to, then do what you got to do, you know? Otherwise, you know, maybe hang out for 3 weeks and start all your new stuff after the 1st of August. So let's just see what wants to come out for the collective, please, for the collective. Oh, I also want to mention that if you decide you would like a personal reading or energy healing or Akashic Records consultation or anything that I do, you can schedule that or any combination of the above with me on my website, which is IamEmilyGear.com, okay? You can also reach out to me that way if you have questions and stuff like that. So, all right. So let's see what energies are coming in for us this week, please. Energies for the collective for this week. Just trying to pull my own energy out of the way. All right, what else? Okay, so the first 2 cards out, this is the pre-Raphaelite deck, by the way, in case anybody's interested. But here is the 9 of Wands with the 8 of Cups, okay? And so I'm really getting from these like this feeling of like just being sick and tired. So there might be something that we are all sick and tired of, and for some of us it's going to be our own behavior, our own way of reacting to things, our own sort of default programmed response to stuff in our lives. Like for me, for instance, I have this default programming to reacting to anything in my day job, which is with the animal rescue, by feeling depressed, overwhelmed, and completely shut down and like suppressed, like, I don't know, like I can't function. And not really that I can't function, I can function, but I function angrily. And I think it comes down to the fact that I have given my power for 10 years to an organization that I built this, and gave it over to all the volunteers and all the board members and all the everything, not claiming any of it for myself, not enjoying, you know, each moment of work. Now I realize that's a little rich. Not everybody has enjoyable work. And of course, what I do, you know, much of what I do is terrible. It's uncomfortable. It's difficult to see. It can be with people with, you know, all kinds of emotional and mental issues. Like, so it's hard work, but at the same time, I just had to make the decision that I'm sick of tired of feeling sick and tired. So you might be in that place with your job or with a relationship or with a family member or a friend who, you know, is maybe manipulating you, or an ex who manipulates you. Whatever it is, this is an energy of really being tired and done with something on an emotional level. So that can mean that you are like actually moving away from that person, like physically walking away, stop ending the relationship, moving out, or whatever. It can also just mean, like in my situation, I don't plan to leave my job, but I do plan to leave behind my emotional ways of dealing with anything, anything in my job. Because that's kind of where I am with it. I'm severely burned out, and I'm just trying to fix that in a way that doesn't require my complete severing from this thing, because there's obviously a lot of good that's done through it. But anyway, long story short, that's how I feel. So with this coming out here, I'm feeling like probably some of you have something that equates to my experience. And so there is some moving on, some choices to be made here, or a choice that has already been made, and some moving away from things that are just drying us up, okay, and keeping us planted where we don't belong necessarily. What else wants to come out for the collective? I don't know if I did a great job of explaining my own situation, but I don't think it's important. You know what I'm saying. Okay, let's get some more clarification, please, for the collective energies for this week. Let's get some more clarification for the collective energies this week. We've got the 5 of Cups that came out with the 7 of Swords and now the 2 of Wands. 5 of Cups, 7 of Swords, 2 of Wands. There might be something here that you don't want to admit. That's the feeling I'm getting. She's like almost poised to drink the poison. And this 7 of Swords feels like something that you would rather stay hidden. Okay, so, and the 5 of Cups, is about disappointment, is about things not working out, is about, stuff sort of needing to be left behind. And so I kind of feel like, you may have a realization come up that sort of opened your eyes to some of the toxic things that you're doing to yourself, or the toxic environments that you're allowing yourself to continue to operate in. And this is why you make this choice to move on. Emotionally, you're emotionally done. So this can mean an emotional movement. It might not mean that you literally move out of that house or you literally leave that job, but this is about being emotionally done with something. This, to me, is about being energetically done with something. So all that's really remaining here is for you to actually take the steps you're guided to take, right? And that comes up here in this 2 of Wands, this making the choice. Where are you going to go with this? Are you going to, admit to yourself the way that you're feeling, or the way that things have sort of panned out or happened or come to fruition? Or are we going to keep pretending here for the sake of appearances? I feel like some of you are pretending for the sake of appearances because you're afraid of other people's opinions or what they're going to have to say about you. If you come clean, what they're going to say about you if you come clean about how you're really feeling about this situation, okay? And that it's, you are disappointed. You do feel like you've drank a cup of poison. But you have a choice. The choice is ahead of you. You are empowered in this situation, even if you're coming from a position of having felt disempowered. All right? So that is one positive thing, that in this case, you get to say, all right, am I going to stay or am I going to go? How am I going to do this? Am I going to move on to a different job, stick with this job? Am I going to live the single life, stay in this relationship? Am I going to bring up separation? Am I going to just sit this, just suck it up and deal with it? What is your choice? And I feel like, the choice that we've been with has been the inauthentic choice, has been the choice of hiding our authentic selves. And so it sort of pushes you to think about, because of this emotional and energetic exhaustion, it pushes you to really look at what you really want authentically within you. What do you want? And it forces you to think about, how can I reclaim my sovereignty from this situation, from this job, from this relationship, from this family member, from this friend, from this addiction even. Okay? Yeah. Okay, let's see what else wants to come out here. What else for the collective, please, for the energies this week? Lot of really fast transformation. I'm seeing coming in. What else for the collective, please, for this week? What else for the energies this week for the collective, please? Oh, okay. We've got the Eight of Wands with the Magician. So that's a pretty clear image. Like, each one of these wands is has a butterfly with a skull, right? Is there a skull on those? It looks like a little skull on every single one of those butterflies. I don't know if it really is that or not, or if it's, either way, doesn't matter. My point is that this is transformative energy, and it shows you, like, even the little caterpillars, and then they become butterflies. And as this energy moves through, it changes everything in its path. And so here we are talking about, like, the retrograde energy and the reevaluation, and that's part and parcel of everything that's going on right now. So there are other energies coming in as well, other doors opening. The crazy thing about the cosmos and about our lives and about the universe is that everything works in tandem all at once. It all weaves itself together and just rakes through humanity, changing us as it touches us. With the Magician here, this is our invitation to use that energy in a way that is that promotes our own growth and healing, and our own creating our own reality for ourselves. All right, everyone in our lives has served a purpose, has served to teach us something, or show us something, or reflect something back to us. They can be really potent mirrors. And it's up to us to use what we know and our abilities to change ourselves based upon the stimuli that we're offered, whether it is universal energy or the reflected mirror of your best friend. You're getting information, you're being bombarded with information and codes and light and energy day and night, and it's ours to integrate and use, okay? So this is more of that coming in, which was basically part of every single one of my readings, but it is always coming in. And so further transformation can take place during this time. When it comes up with the Magician like this, it feels very powerful, and it feels very goal-oriented. It feels like you are reaching a goal, or you are pointing at a goal, something that you want to create in your life, because the Magician is obviously the master manifester, okay? And so then we are asked to go back again. Which way do you choose? How do you manifest the continuation of your life? And in what way have you disempowered yourself in the past to feel that you don't have this power, that you are responsible for everyone else, or responsible for how others might judge you or perceive you in a certain situation if you choose to leave a job or a relationship or whatever? How have you literally disempowered yourself by drinking that poison? That's taking away your life, right? I mean, not literally, hopefully no one is doing something like that, but like on a metaphorical level, drinking the poison would be disempowering your physical body in a very profound way. And so this is all about empowerment. Empowerment to make these choices, empowerment to take the steps that you're guided to take in order to step away from the things that are just not working anymore. And I feel like a lot of what is not working for us anymore, if you see this picture, there are things that have been around forever. So long that a tree has grown around it, that it has roots, that it has legacy, right? With this little like satyr child here. It's grown up around you in a way that has kept you trapped. But it's time to break that. It's time to break free now. Your emotions are done with it. Your energy's done with it. Now physically it's time to sort of cut that tree down. What else wants to come out for the collective? What else for the collective, please? What else for the collective, please, for this week? What other messages are here for the collective for this week, please? Hierophant with the Three of Cups with the Five of Wands. A couple different messages coming through. The first feels like confusion, and this could be internal confusion, but it also feels like it could be the people around you. And it's like this feeling of when the story changes and we don't know what to expect, chaos can ensue, right? When we take away the expected rules and things start to operate in a different way, you get some who are euphoric and some who are panicked. And there's a little bit of that going on either internally or externally or both for you. And that's okay. I think that is the message here, is that's okay. That's a natural response to the changing of such heavy paradigms that have been in place for thousands of years. You know, you're not going to change overnight this. I mean, you can change overnight this, but energies, everybody is connected, right? We're all one. And so everybody that you are in contact with, and even those who aren't, are going to be responding to this new energy of sovereignty that you have not activated in your life up until this point, or at least have not this profoundly activated into your life. They're not expecting you to, I'm hearing stand up for yourself, so some of you are in a position where you really need to stand up for yourself. They're not expecting you to take your toys and go home. Some of you need to do that. They're not expecting you to respect yourself enough to say, enough is enough. I'm not taking one for the team for the umpteenth time. I'm going to protect myself. Okay? So there's confusion surrounding that because people become used to depending on you, to taking advantage of you, some people, to taking you for granted. They become used to taking you for granted. You become used to a certain pattern in your life. And when that changes, it's some sort of like, it's like the rug gets ripped out from underneath you. Even when that pattern is negative, even when you are emotionally and energetically done with that pattern, it can absolutely create chaos for you while you readjust in your new energy body, with your new energy, with your new rules, okay? Peace does come in, though. It does balance out. This is not all chaos forever. It's just something that you might need to push through for a time in order to really honor yourself and get yourself in alignment with the proper movement forward. Again, with this two of wands here, getting yourself in alignment to choose a path and walk that path. Hopefully a better path, not this path that we've walked for thousands of years, this path of distrust and martyrdom and shame, right? Hopefully it's the path of empowerment and unity consciousness and sovereignty. I do feel like, and I think I said this, but just in case I didn't, I do feel like that while you may feel in chaos, you also feel a sense of joy. Okay? You know that you have broken through something extremely old and extremely important. What else wants to come out for the collective, please? Any more messages for the collective for this week, please? Messages for the collective for this week, please. Okay, they're telling me to get one of these cards as well, so let's do that. These are, I don't ever use these. These are dragon something cards, something dragon. Let's get an oracle card to add to these, please. Oracle card, please, to clarify for the collective. All right. We have the crystal yellow dragon. Opens your heart, or opens you to higher learning and wisdom. Expand your crown chakra for illumination. Walk the higher spiritual path. Makes total sense with all this going on. We also got the Hermit that came out with this last group of cards, and that is all about walking that higher spiritual path. It is about the knowledge that comes in through the crown chakra. You see his crown is illuminated there. But it is what we access internally, our internal wisdom that comes from Source. So in this way, we're actually, so to walk the higher path, or by walking the higher path, we have the Two of Swords and the Chariot here. And I feel like that is a huge breakthrough in whatever's been holding us back for the last 6 months at least since the eclipses in January, for whatever reason they're saying. So accessing this higher knowledge, this understanding of how the fact that we absolutely must break down these old paradigms, break through them, and accept this energy coming in, and use it to the best of our ability to allow us to break free and walk away from the things that we are emotionally and energetically done with. To the point that we can do that, it's so important because it's going to help us walk the higher spiritual path, which is the point of doing all this, the ascension, right? That's what the ascension is. It is this, so this is also the card for Cancer, which is July, right? The number 7 card. And so I feel like there's the breaking of this stalemate in July and the moving forward with our energy, because we're breaking through all of this shit that we are just done with finally. Stop, we're no longer drinking the Kool-Aid, Okay, that's how they just said it. They kept having me say, drink the poison, but it's drink the Kool-Aid. I think that they wanted, I don't know, I don't even know. So you're not drinking the Kool-Aid anymore. And we're walking the higher spiritual path. And I feel like that's the energy coming in for this week, which is amazing, super, super potent. Just allow it to wash over you, and take it for what it is. Allow it to empower you in every way that seems that seems right to you. Logical is not the right word. It's going to come to you in waves, and it's going to come to you intuitively. So trust those intuitive hits, trust those little like niggles, and go for it when you feel it. And I hope you guys have a great week. I hope that this was helpful. If you find that you would like a private reading with me or a private healing session, Akashic Records consultation, anything like that, you can check me out on my website, which is IamEmilyGear.com, and you can schedule online there. Okay? I will talk to you guys soon. I just so appreciate you. Please hit like on this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the weekly zodiac readings. Okay? See you. Bye.